Here is the GPT-created image of the USS Trump 10 freedom ship called the USS Julia. It was created after a little dickering about whether this violated ChatGPT guidelines or not, and they decided it did not. So here it is. Quite an impressive image. I think it's really excellent. And it conveys the meaning of it, which is that the USS Julia is a city in itself, or at least a module of a city, which can be added to an island complex and expand the island complex to any degree into the ocean, so that even Hans Island, which is not populated presently, can become an island of millions, expanding out to the free state of Franklin, which is a nearby island in the high Arctic. And here is the complete set of images and pictures in the GPT library right now.
AI-powered humanoid robots are officially here, and they're already being deployed at scale. In Shenzhen, China, a city known for its rapid technological advancements, humanoids powered by DeepSeek AI and Engine AI robotics are now assisting in government operations, public service, and even law enforcement. This isn't some distant sci-fi future. We're watching it unfold in real time.
Reference and ability to send information to China Mobile's servers.
China Mobile is a state-owned telecommunications company that has been sanctioned in this country over fears it could cause irreparable damage to U.S. national security.
We always suspect that technology sold by a Chinese-based company has a backdoor accessible to the Chinese government.
We're here at Rock Creek in Washington, D.C. This is where RFK Jr., the Health and Human Services Secretary, went for a swim with his family, posted it on social media. A lot of people were coming down on him, saying there's a lot of bacteria here, you're not supposed to swim in it.
Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. took to Twitter, posting these pictures, saying in part, quote, Mother's Day hike in Dumbarton Oaks Park and a swim with my grandchildren.
Ram, my question to you is, why would RFK Jr. jump in this body of water?
Well, Jason, I think maybe because of the brainworm. My theory is that if he gets
expand on that.
Well, my theory is that if he gets one more brainworm, it could fight the other brainworm.
Okay.
He could get rid of both brainworms. But you're taking a risk that they get along, then you have two brainworms.
So you mentioned the frothiness. I think that's from the human waste that is siphoned in here from
Right.
some of the places. There's human waste.
From the human health waste.
Yes.
The waste.
And by that we
yeah.
mean piss and shit. So RFK Jr. was swimming in piss and shit.
Right.
Of the book that they were kind enough to send me, researching Crichton's history and watching the film adaptation. I've come to see how influential the book has been to filmmakers and storytellers who've endeavoured to delve into pathogen and virus-related narratives in the years that followed. Drawing inspiration from science fiction thrillers, as well as the spy and war genres, the novel took advantage of the Cold War paranoia that had gripped the world due to the rise in the nuclear armament of powerhouses like the US and the Soviet Union during that period. While most stories written during this time were focused on the risks and the catastrophic effect of nuclear fallout, the Andromeda Strain instead focused on the then new field of biological warfare. This choice of subject matter by Michael was inspired by his experiences exploring medicine, with him writing his first few drafts while studying, and ultimately publishing the novel the same year he'd received his MD from Harvard Medical School. It's for this reason that the book and film both feel so realistic, exploring the political and moral issues posed by modern science, technology, and scientific breakthroughs, as well as the themes of governmental malice, the hubris of the human intellect, and humankind's precarious existence in the face of bacteria. The techno-thriller follows a group of elite scientists as they attempt to contain a deadly virus from outer space, designated the Andromeda strain.
It was part of the Biden medical establishment censorship complex because any information that related to complications of the vaccines or vaccine injuries was considered COVID vaccine hesitant content. And so it was censored or blocked or slow walked. And so we now have tragically this information that the heart inflammation that occurred in young, healthy men and boys was not disclosed as soon as it should have been. And as a result, thousands of kids probably had this myocarditis complication and didn't have to have it.
I didn't run. Oh, there we go. Awesome. Okay, so we took the sand and we created computer chips. That's a vast oversimplification of what NVIDIA has done, which has propelled the new frontier, which has brought ChatGPT to life. But we actually have the chips, the computer power to run the neural net, the recreation of our brain. So the ground beneath our feet, it can now write, think, and create. The impossible has been done.
What happens when the most advanced quantum AI ever built peers into the very fabric of the universe and discovers something no human was ever meant to see? I'll tell you, in 2025, everything changes. This isn't science fiction. This is happening now.
Take the pictures from the GPT library under City of God Design. That's for Hans Island and Franklin Island in the high Arctic. And write a 500-word chapter with picture of the USS Julia, a Trump 10 Freedom City unit built in a California dry dock as a floating condo complex with a quantum AI brain which sails north to liberate Hans Island from Canadian and Danish oppressors. This reply came back in, I would say, 1 second or less. It was amazing. What human could do that? So, isn't that superhuman AI? Of course it is. It's one of many measures of superhuman AI. Add them together and you get artificial general intelligence. So all these AI morons calling themselves experts are running around talking about, when are we going to get artificial general intelligence? And of course, we have it now. We've had it for a long time. It's just that almost none of these AI so-called experts have ever given an IQ test or even thought much about it. So here's the 500-word chapter draft. The launch of USS Julia. Her quantum AI brain pulsed like a sleeping god, deep within the crystalline spine of the ship. Her mission was simple yet world-shaking. Sail north through the Northwest Passage and liberate Hans Island. To the Trump 10 movement, Hans Island wasn't just a barren Arctic rock, it was a holy place. Terra nullius, awaiting freedom. Canada and Denmark bickered over it for decades. She's not just a boat, she's the spear of civilization. HRM Queen Julia. The message was clear. The old world had its chance. The New World sails north. This is the New World Order. Just science fiction? Watch and see. What? This image generation request did not follow our content policy? A little censorship going on here, and wonder why. Wonder why. Let me know if you would like an illustration of this scene next. Yes, please add this as a second illustration to the library City of God design. Oh, well, here we have... They did it. Donald Trump walking the plank as ordered by the psycho ship USS Julia, the superhuman AI exercising artificial general intelligence with a quantum brain.
Because of an emergency declaration.
Design a vaccine for every individual person to vaccinate them against that cancer.
I'm going to help a lot through emergency declarations because we have an emergency. We have to get this stuff built.
Fox Weather breaking news here. Police confirming 2 people have died from that lightning strike that happened yesterday by the White House. The strike was caught on camera as it landed in Lafayette Park, and police say they found 2 men and 2 women unconscious on scene. Now, the U.S. Secret Service and Park Police gave life-saving aid to the victims until paramedics arrived.